Dream of a Caterpillar. A bedtime story about believing in yourself. Morning drifted softly across the garden, like a whisper of gold brushing each petal awake. Dewdrops sparkled on blades of grass, and the air smelled of sweet jasmine and wild clover. On a tender green leaf, in the middle of this sunlit world, a tiny caterpillar named Pipo slowly opened his sleepy eyes. He stretched his tiny body, curling and uncurling, then peeked over the edge of his leaf. All around him, life was waking up. Bees buzzed lazily, a pair of butterflies danced in circles, and a sparrow sang a silvery tune from a nearby branch. Pipo watched the butterflies and sighed, a little puff of air escaping his small mouth. "Oh," he murmured, "look at them flying so high and bright. Their wings shine like sunlight. I wish I could fly too. But I'm just small and slow." He looked down at his plump green body. He had no wings, no shimmer, and no sparkle. Just legs for crawling and a heart that always wondered, why not me? A cheerful voice interrupted his thoughts. "Good morning, Pipo." It was Lena, a round, red ladybug with shiny black spots and a heart as bright as her shell. She landed beside him and smiled. "You look thoughtful today," she said, tilting her head. "I was just wondering," Pipo whispered shyly, "why am I not like them?" He pointed with a tiny leg toward the butterflies swirling in the sunlight. "They fly so high while I crawl in the dirt. Maybe I'm not meant to do anything beautiful." Lena laughed softly. "Oh, Pipo, everyone grows in their own time. Flowers don't all bloom on the same day, and stars don't all shine at once." Pipo blinked. "But what if I never shine?" "Maybe," Lena said with a wink. "Your wings are still dreaming." Her words made Pipo smile a little, though deep inside, he still wondered when or if his dream would ever wake up. A few days later, the garden was full of excitement. The bees were buzzing louder than usual, the crickets chirped in rhythm, and even the wind seemed to hum along. The insects were gathering for something special, the great garden race. The butterflies fluttered in elegant flocks, their wings glittering in the sun. The beetles polished their shells like shiny helmets. Even the ants marched in perfect lines, ready to prove their speed. Pipo peeked from behind a daisy, his heart fluttering faster than the dragonfly wings above. "I wish I could join," he whispered. Lena, who stood nearby, looked surprised. "Really, Pipo? The race is for the fastest in the garden." "I know," he said softly, "but maybe I just want to see how far I can go." When he crawled to the starting line, the other insects giggled. "Ha! Pipo's joining?" laughed a grasshopper. "You can't even crawl fast. You'll be last before we even start," teased a beetle. Pipo's cheeks warmed, but he didn't back away. He looked at the dusty trail ahead, a twisting path between flowers and rocks, and whispered to himself, "Even if I'm slow, I'll finish." The race began with a cheer. The butterflies soared ahead like streaks of color. The beetles rumbled over pebbles, and the grasshopper leapt so high he nearly touched the cloud. Pipo crawled, step by step, inch by inch. His tiny legs trembled with effort, but he didn't stop. He heard laughter behind him, but he focused on the rhythm of his heart. Slow, but steady. By the time the others finished, Pipo was far behind. The garden was quiet now, except for the sound of his breath and the rustle of his leaf trail. Finally, he crossed the finish line, the very last to arrive, but still smiling. Lena flew down, clapping her little wings. "You did it, Pipo. You didn't quit," Pipo panted softly. "I finished," Lena nodded. "That's the first step to flying, my friend." That night, the garden fell asleep beneath a silver moon. The stars blinked softly, and the crickets played their lullaby. The sky turned dark. Clouds gathered like heavy blankets, and the wind began to roar. The butterflies rushed to hide under leaves, and the ladybugs clung tightly to stems. Pipo tried to stay brave, gripping his leaf with all his strength as raindrops pelted down like glass beads. Pipo tried to stay brave, gripping his leaf with all his strength as raindrops pelted down like glass beads. "Hold on, Pipo," Lena shouted from another leaf, her voice nearly lost in the storm. "I'm trying," he cried, but the leaf trembled and snapped. Pipo fell, tumbling down through the rain until he landed on the muddy ground below. For a moment, he just lay there, shivering. The sky thundered and fear whispered in his heart. "Believe in yourself. Dreams grow where courage lives." He closed his eyes and breathed deeply. "I can do this," he whispered. "I can keep believing." Next morning, little Pipo the caterpillar felt weak and feverish. Her tiny body trembled and tears rolled down her cheeks. "Grandma, I think I'm going to die," she whispered sadly. Gently landing beside her, Grandma Butterfly wrapped leaf around Pipo. "Oh, my sweet child," she said softly. "You're not dying, you're growing. Sometimes change feels scary, but it's a part of life's magic. Rest now, little one. Close your eyes and trust the journey." Comforted, Pipo drifted into sleep, weaving her warm cocoon of hope. Time passed. The storm faded, and the sun returned. But Pipo slept on, deep inside his cocoon. The garden forgot about him for a while. The flowers bloomed, the bees danced again, and the butterflies soared in the morning air. Inside the cocoon, Pipo dreamed of light. He dreamed of flying, of freedom, of Lena's smile, of the whispering voice. He felt himself changing, his body lighter, his heart stronger. Sometimes it was dark and quiet, and he wondered if he'd ever see the sky again. But then he remembered, growth takes time. And so he waited. One morning, light seeped gently through the cocoon. The warmth kissed him awake. The walls began to tremble, crack, and suddenly, soft sunlight poured in. Pipo blinked. The air was bright and sweet. Slowly he pushed free, and for the first time, he felt the breeze on something delicate behind him. Wings, golden and blue, just like in his dream. He gasped in wonder, stretching them wide. They shimmered with tiny drops of light. "I did it," he whispered. "I really did it." Lena was flying nearby when she saw something gleaming in the sunlight. She blinked, then gasped in joy. "Pipo, is that you?" Pipo fluttered his wings uncertainly, hovering above a blossom. "It's me," he said, laughing softly. "I have wings now. I knew your wings would wake up one day," Lena said, twirling with excitement. Pipo's heart soared. He flapped again, once, twice, and lifted higher and higher, until the whole garden stretched beneath him like a painting of green and gold. He felt the wind carry him. He glided past the daisies and over the pond where dragonflies sparkled like jewels. Every breath of air felt like freedom. As the sun rose, painting the garden in golden light, Pipo flew higher than ever before. From above, everything looked peaceful. The same world he'd once crawled across, now seen from the sky. He felt tears of joy, tiny, shimmering ones, gather at the corners of his eyes. He wanted to tell every small creature below what he had learned. So he called out, his voice soft but full of hope. To everyone who thinks they can't, believe in yourself. Even the smallest dreams can fly. The garden seemed to listen. The wind carried his words from flower to flower, and even the tiniest ant paused to look up at the new butterfly glowing in the sunlight. Pipo's wings shimmered like hope itself, and as he glided through the sky, he smiled. Because he finally knew that dreams don't just belong to those who can already fly. They belong to those who dare to believe they can. Believe in yourself. Every challenge helps you grow. And one day, your dreams will lift you higher than you ever imagined. The story ends here, but your dreams are just beginning. Good night, little dreamers. Want more stories? Click like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one.